Hey everybody, day 51, Monday, 6th of July 2020, bringing Toronto back to Bethesda as commissioned by God on the last day of that conference. I think that was probably towards the end of the week. Must have been a midweek conference, I think. I don't think I had a long time to wait before I brought that. So on that first Sunday morning, I'm wondering how to do that. Well, how shall I do that? What can I do? How shall I do that? And I decided Sunday morning wasn't the best time to introduce the radical thing that had been going on. So I, in such a wholesale way, I suppose, because various things had been going on in the church. The Holy Spirit was not absent in these days from Bethesda. He was around quite a lot, really. So there was just more that God was wanting to show us and bring us into. And so what I did was on the Sunday morning, in the sermon slot, I pretended to have a dream. And so I had a dream, and then I described my dream, what I saw in my dream, and everybody knew that I was describing what I'd been seeing. All these people falling and carpeting the floor, and these people doing this, and these people doing that, and this, yeah. And so on that was how it was on the Sunday morning. And then on Sunday evening, I think it came into a bit of a pattern, which I didn't realise till later, but during the Sunday afternoon, as I was thinking about what would go on in the evening, I kind of think that God set me up. He instructed me and told me what to do. And as I say, I didn't recognise that until, some 2 or 3 weeks into it, that was what was happening. But I felt like he'd said, a young woman had been at church the previous Sunday, and she'd come under the influence of the Holy Spirit and had a really lovely time. And so God had said, invite that lady out first and pray for her first, so that that will then warm everybody else up to see that it's something nice that's going on here, and they'll want to join in with that, because we want to join in with God if he's doing something nice, don't we? But the daft thing was, of course, I got halfway through my talk that evening, and she got up and left. She walked out to church. And I think it was Denise that went after her. And as I'm coming to the end of my message, I'm thinking, where is she? That's my cue. I don't know what to do if she's not here. Anyway, Denise brought her back in and she sat down. And so just at the right time, I just said to her, I said, you were blessed last week, weren't you? So she said, yeah. So I said, would you like some more? So she said, oh yeah, So I said, well, come forward, So she came forward, and I just prayed a little bit with her, and strangely, my fellow elder at the time, a guy called Keith, without any conference with him, he'd not been to the conference, and without any talking with him, he simply came and stood behind her, and he took the position of the catcher, as they called them, without knowing that this is, unless he picked it up from the Sunday morning, of course. But he positioned himself there, and then quite quickly this lady swooned backwards, and Keith lowered her to the floor. And we prayed a little bit, and then invited anybody else who would like to come. And then a number of other people came. And so first time ever in church, I think, maybe second time, we had a line. I don't normally pray for people in a line, but we had a line of people. And everybody, I didn't touch their head. I just put my hand over their head. I'm not going to push anybody. Nobody's going to get pushed. Put my hand over their head, and one by one they went down. And the Lord was present to bless in a very nice, sweet way, and minister to each person according to what they were needing, I guess, just like he'd done to me. It wasn't so pointed that somebody needed an elbow healing or anything like that. And as the time went by, one or two other groups of people came on a Sunday night from different churches, and the significant, and that it happened with them. Whatever, anybody came forward, they fell over. And one lady at the end of one of the meetings said, well, can I take a piece of your carpet home with me? So that was really good. And then remembering that I'd never been drunk, and then seeing that there were some young people in one of the meetings. So I just invited people, but not coming forward. They were kind of on the back row, not coming forward. So I just said to them, I didn't say to them, but I said to the meeting, if anybody's here that's never been drunk, if you'd like to come forward, I'd love to pray with you. And so 2 or 3 of them came forward and got prayed for and blessed, So God was around doing things in this really nice way. Sometimes people would come forward, and I said, I'm not pushing anybody. I wanted to make it really clear. This is God. This is God's here. I'm not pushing anybody. I heard stories about people being pushed and myself being pushed. No, I'm not pushing anybody. So that as I said that, my hand was on towards someone's head, and so I showed everybody that there's 4 inches space there, So my hand was 4 inches away from someone, and just invited the Holy Spirit to come, and sure enough, we just welcome your presence, Lord, and the way the lady went. So really clear that this was God and not just me manipulating something. There was one lady, I'll finish with this one. There was one lady, and she came time and time again and fell over every time. And then the last time she came, as she was walking, she came to the end of the thing, came down to the middle. She got to the end. She's walking towards me. I'm in the middle, and I put my hand up like that before she ever got here. So when she got here, my hand was already up, kind of thing. But in the process of putting my hand up, it was kind of like I wafted her, and she fell down in the aisle before she got to the end. And we worked it out between us. She didn't come forward next time, but I'd worked it out. I'm going to pray with her individually next time. And so I prayed with her individually the next time, and God gave me a really personal word for her, which was really lovely. So that we got God working with us and us working with God in a lovely way, like Bethesda, So 1 or 2 more of these stories before we finish and move on. Thanks for keeping. Sorry, I'm a bit late. If you come and come and watch these things after tea, I'm a bit late this evening, so I apologise for that. It's been a busy day. I've got a hedge to cut now as well. Okay, I'll shut up. Bye bye. See you.